Hi guys, Jan here. I'm the Senior Talent Acquisition Specialist of Filta. Just to give you a quick background, I've been in the business for 5 years now, as a recruiter, of course. And I just wanted to share something with you that might be helpful, especially for devs who wants to transition to a managerial or leadership type of role. This is one of the questions that I usually receive from devs. Is what do I do if I want to move to a managerial or leadership type of work? Firstly, I think the better question is initially is to ask yourself what makes a good leader. And for me, I'm speaking purely from experience and observation. It heavily relies on the following traits. First is being an excellent and natural communicator with natural leadership qualities. I think it all starts with this. I'm not just particularly referring to being able to speak well in English, but of course, as a prerequisite, leaders are expected to be able to clearly and concisely explain situations, problems, and solutions. That's the first thing that comes into mind, right? And knowing when to speak and when to listen. But on the other side, being a voice that everyone listens to is very important as well. It's not about the position or the power of your position nor ranking, but finding what would make them genuinely follow you and listen. What I'm trying to say is not being limited in verbal communication. For me, it's being an example, like to be the best to ever do it, and usually turns you into a natural leader in voice, as your action speaks for itself and communicates for you, if that makes sense. Second is being confident and accountable, and this is in everything. This is being confident with yourself and knowing what you bring over to the table. It also includes, of course, decision making, the way you present yourself to stakeholders, clients, and everything that comes with it. And at the same time, you must be accountable and responsible if something doesn't work out exactly as planned. Uh, a good example for developers would be like you deciding to use a specific technology to make for a project to cross a bump along the road, you know, and whatever the result is, you live with it and of course you learn from it. That's the reward itself. And to add, not knowing everything really is not a bad thing, and it should not lessen your confidence at all. Listening and learning from others is a good characteristic for me. Being humble and knowing that you can even learn from a junior member of your team is really good, right? Third, being an analytical and critical thinker, and at the same time emotionally stable. Someone who can think outside the box other than the given situation. Like for example, you're in a jigsaw movie and you were asked to choose to kill anyone between A1 and A2 by pushing a button. What would you do? The natural instinct is to see which one's the lighter choice. But basically, you have tons of options outside the given situation, right? As simple as cutting the wiring of the button, if it has one, can basically resolve the issue. On the other side, you need to have good control and regulation over your own emotions and behavior as well, and able to tolerate frustration and stress. It comes with the job of being a leader. You need to be able to cope up with any environment without having any intense emotional reaction. So, yeah, practicing it without you being obliged to do so is a good way to start. Then, if you think you tick all the boxes and you know in yourself that you're ready, I suggest talking to your supervisor, manager, or anyone above you and present yourself confidently and tell them that you're ready to take in new responsibilities and ready for the next steps. But yeah, I hope this helps you out. I know that it's not exactly as what everyone has in mind, and when it comes to talking about being a good leader or being a good manager. But I think this is some of the critical things that you must be really be mindful of. But yeah, thanks.